but really in plants, there's a season
Mhm.
for, harvest. There's a season for death and really like,
Mhm.
internal work. And when the tree is meditating on, on blooming, right? In the all,
Mhm.
and then you see the bloom, and then you get the fruiting in the summer, and then
Mhm.
the leaves, release form again, and a tree is naked, and its sugars are concentrated in the roots, and it's all about hibernation and internal, focus. And so we have those same energetic patterns that
Mhm.
rule us, that we could choose to abide, or we could resist. And I think it's just much easier to live in that flow, because
Mhm.
I believe that, like you said, the things that we are working towards, that we believe are here for us, um, they're much more accessible to us when we're in the flow with all that's happening, not just with what our internal calendar of success looks like, but really what
Mhm.
the cosmic calendar looks like, really what the divine
Yeah.
calendar looks like, because that is not up to us, right?
Mhm.
That is up to Mother Nature. That is up to Spirit. But what we can do is really align ourselves as much as possible with what's happening in the seasons, what's happening in the ether, right? So that connectivity comes from us, a practice of mindfulness. That connectivity also
Mhm.
comes from really trusting what's built into you, that intuition, right? And listening to
Mhm.
doubting it, right? Acting upon it so that it gets stronger. Um, and so these are all things too that, like, what I see constantly women engaging in the journey of towards birth, because everything is heightened sensory wise, right? So for me, I think like my journey was one, where I was seeing these things, and then my own birth with my son was really beautiful and really transformative. And in that moment, I remember from moments after he was born, I said, "Oh, I have to help women experience this. Like,
Mhm.
this was beautiful. Like, this is not what people are
Yeah.
saying. This is not what's on TV." And so that's what I sought out to do. And but I knew deep inside that I was meant to do it, and I met
Mhm.
resistance because I just didn't want to take the path of doula at first. I did want to do women's health work, but doula kept chasing me. It was like a call
Mhm.
that I was like, okay, well, like maybe soon, and it chased me for a second, and then I listened to the call, and then here I am.
Mhm.
But I know that, like, part of it sometimes of our journey is, the other side of what you said, I believe too, is like sometimes we are like going after something and it's not happening. Sometimes something happens right away, and other times something's meant to happen for us, and we're not actively listening, right? And so
Yeah.
when we do listen, right, and something is meant for us, even if it's not that exact thing, sometimes that's even a pathway to where you're exactly supposed to go. And so
Right.
even that is important to listen to, because that guides us, and that's so on theme with like trust, because if somebody gives you directions, you don't know where you're going, but you have faith, you're just going to go that way. You're basically using your soul as a compass and that person's guidance, right?
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
that's really important to have. And I believe that that's really what we're supposed to do, is like, there's earth angels here to help guide us, there's spirit to help guide us.
Mhm.
There's a lot out there to like help you stay the course. We just don't always tune in because we're really driven by what you said, like this motivation rather than inspiration, right? So
Mhm. So good. And I mean, I want to underscore this conversation about how we are connected. Because in
mhm.
everything I hear you saying is that our ability to listen begins with the willingness to slow down enough to foster a connection,
Mhm.
right? So that I can know when it's in time and when it's out time and when it's up time and when it's down time, right? When it's left time and when it's right time, right?